Hello and welcome back to the Canaries Chat channel. We are coming back with a kind of post-match review. It was all kind of positive attitudes and excitement for today's game with Philippe Clement's first game in charge of the Canaries. And yeah, it has not gone to plan. It has really shown the task in hand that Clement has to turn this slow-moving boat towards League One around. And yeah, we'll go through the game. I'll give my thoughts on everything. But yeah, we've come away absolutely battered. First lineup for Clement was not anything, I think, too surprising. There's very little tools to work with at the moment. It was Vlad in goal, Stacey, and then Duffy, Darling, Fisher, Topic and Kenny Holding, McCammer, Kvitskoren and Schwartau behind Sarge. So as lineups go, I think is roughly what we expected. Duffy starting was a little bit of a question mark for me. Topic coming back into the thing, I think, after Clement's made very kind of big references to fitness and stuff like that, and the behind the scenes showing that Topic was coming out on top with the bleep test. It's not too surprising to see that he was in the lineup. No Jacob Wright, who I'm hoping will eventually get an opportunity to come to the squad. But I think Topic and McLean was, for me, the expected two. He also talked about how he had tried to sign McLean for Rangers, so he's clearly an admirer of him, and then mix that in with Topic's performance around fitness, and that we're clearly not fit enough already. We can't be having the most unfit players. Jurasek was dropped completely, supposedly because of illness. Whether that's true or not, only time will tell, but it does maybe feel that he's probably the least fit player that we actually have, and there's been ongoing issues there, so I wouldn't be too surprised if he was just taken out of the squad completely. Just quickly, about 65% of the people watching this video are not subscribed. We just hit our milestone that we were trying to hit by the end of the year, which was 2,000 subscribers. If you want to continue kind of supporting the channel and keeping us moving us in the right direction, then click the subscribe button down below. Conceded after 3 minutes, a nice clip over Stacey, who unfortunately I don't think had the best game today. Went to Gray, and then Gray did what he does best and just whips it across the front of kind of the 6-yard box in front of Kovacevic. And yeah, and just a nice tap in for their striker, is it Dux? Easy tap in for him. Three minutes in, it felt very same old Norwich. There was then a cut back from the Birmingham's right, our left, that was cut back to Dux again. He skies it, very easy opportunity. Should have been 2 or 3 kind of very early on. A running theme for me is Fisher at left back just is not working. We are getting hurt for not having a proper left back. There was supposed talks from fans that Ozcan should come in at left back, the youth player, and try and fill that role with Mahovo, Crescene and Schlupp all injured. It does make it, 1, harder to play out from the back, but also 2, just the defensive awareness maybe is slightly different from right back. It feels like it should just relay, but maybe it doesn't. Yeah, it slows down a little bit. Norwich have a few more attempts, a few flick-ons and stuff. And then, yeah, it's about 21st minute, ball played out to the right. We just stand off them. There's no kind of, we just allow the cross from Roberts. Stacey loses his man, and Stanfield heads home very easily. Again, very, very poor defending. I think we made Birmingham look in places like prime Barcelona. They did look 10 times fitter, 10 times more team, like just everything tenfold on what we were doing. And we did kind of steady the ship a little bit, and then this happens, and yeah, sucker punch really. 34th minute comes, around, good movement on the right for us this time. Kind of drill across to try and get to Sarge, keeper parries it, Fitzgoran buries it. The one good thing for me at the moment is Fitzgoran. He is looking more and more settled each game that goes past, and he is looking like he is trying to step up. We've had a lot of duff buys at this point. Fitzgoran for me is not one of those. Give him time and he will get more and more goals. And then straight after that, we had another opportunity. Schwartau skies it, but it was kind of bouncing about all over the place. It goes to a corner. And then just towards the end of the first half, just as Norwich are slightly building into it, cross comes over, over Fisher's head. Again, seems to be a lack of awareness. Flicked back. It seemed like a decent-ish save from Kovacevic. But just left completely open. He tried to do a reflex save. I think him and Darling kind of collide. And yeah, it's just falls to Dux again, and he just buries it, as you'd expect any competent striker to be doing. A very difficult, I imagine, half-time tea talk, your first half-time tea talk for Clement. There was no half-time subs either. And then, yeah, it all happens again. Kenny gets caught on the ball a little bit, tries to play it out to Stacey. Stacey, there's a claim for a foul from Gray. I don't overly think it was. I think he was just stronger and more eager to get to the ball. Duffy then expects Kovacevic after Gray's play to come and get it. God knows why. He's nowhere near the ball. And then he carries on running like he's in treacle, and Stansfield chips Vlad. It's a lovely finish. And that's why he was my Birmingham pick of transfers when we did that video so long ago. But a lovely chipped finish over the top. It hits the crossbar and comes down. It was shambolic defending. I know Atanasio came on and talked about how he wants Duffy in the team, basically saying that. After that, I struggle to see any positives out of this. I know people will say he's better than Merdich or better than McConville. I don't actually think McConville's been given a fair crack at it. He's winning man of the matches out for Northern Ireland. So for me, maybe we should just be giving McConville a go. Darling's been caught a lot more in possession recently. Again, seems like over the last 5-6 games under Manny, he got worse and worse and worse. We're now no wins in 12, no wins since August. And if I was Clement, I'd probably just resign at this point. It is terrible. And it's so tricky to try and keep a level head on this, because you're not expecting big changes with a position that we're in, how bad we were playing. There is sometimes a new manager bounce. It seems like Norwich are one of the very few clubs that never happens with. I think he's now the 4th permanent manager who has lost their first game. So again, never get a new manager bounce basically. And he probably has realised just how big this ask is to keep this club up. We're, I think, 7 points off safety now. I think Oxford ended up winning, got Oxford at home and then QPR. These are 6-pointers for us that we need to be winning, and his CV is too good for a club like this to be dealt this terrible hand. Like, the fitness is shambolic, yes, and that is down to Manning and the coaching staff. The quality of player is also not there. Like, what are you meant to do here? You can't. He's not a magician. He can't make these players magically better. There was just so much positivity, and I think maybe it's dawned on us that the fact is Liam Manning was an issue in regards to coaching. We did see more attacking play than we've probably seen for a lot of Manning's games, which is one small bonus. The defending was terrible. And I think maybe today was the day that maybe dawned on Norwich City fans that actually, like, these players maybe aren't good enough for this league. Yeah, it's just terrible, isn't it? It's just terrible. There's no other way, no other words for it. I don't think anyone really covered themselves in glory today. I thought McCammer looked semi-okay, created a couple of opportunities. Sarge missed a couple of opportunities as well. we're just in a real dire situation. You could hear chants of "we want Napa out" still in the away end after obviously all of Napa's interviews as well. So the feeling is definitely still there, or the animosity is definitely still there. We're going into a period now where we've got 2 home games. If we don't get anything out of these 2 home games, dare I say that January is too late to turn this around. We could be looking at relegation before we even get into January. And yeah, I think there needs to be some players that have some really difficult conversations. For me, Stacey looked okay. He is normally more consistent. I'd still go with him at right back over Fisher, but we need to get a proper left back in, even if it is a youth player, in my opinion. Duffy shouldn't be playing. I think that reiterates kind of some of the issues we have had. But equally, trying to look on the positive side, Clement is coming in. He's assessing the squad in these situations, seeing how they react at half time, seeing how they react after a defeat. I'd like to think we will see changes come Tuesday. He should hopefully have learnt a lot today around what he's dealing with and what he needs to basically change going forwards. As I said, he is a very good manager, and this may potentially be his toughest task yet, in regards to saving Norwich City to going down into League One. But as I said, terrible game. 4-1. Leave your comments down below on your thoughts on the situation. As always, if you want to support the channel, subscribe, leave a like, and we'll see you in the next video.